Hello there and welcome back to Connaught, or Connaught, I guess. And, well, last time we had a war against England where we, tried to screw them over, and we did so by taking 4 of the provinces. Scotland still has the 2 they took in an earlier war. So England is severely weakened, and thus we have our chance of, getting to them. There are a couple of, problems that we have here, especially economical. As you can see, I'm currently paying 1.36 ducat in interest each month, and I still have 57 loans to repay, so it's going to take a while. My inflation will probably end up quite high as well. I'll probably have to invest some admin points into lowering it, but I think we can live fairly with this. I still need admin tech 10 before I can form Ireland, but other than that, not really that much on our plate, as it were. We will be trying to repay our loans this session, and we'll also be trying to, I think, get ourselves ready for another war against England. With Norfolk here, I can fabricate a lot of more claims, so I can basically claim all or most of England right now, so that's nice. And with that as our goal, we'll get going and see how things turn out. So for now, I'll not be doing too much. I'll just be sitting here, allowing time to pass, and try to repay my loans. And we'll restrict the non-ability for this, or for the time being, because I seriously cannot afford to lose its stability right now. I think one rebel unit is more than enough to screw me over, and I already have some possible rebels here. So hopefully I can core math before they rise up, and that should be enough to avoid those at the very least. England enter military coalition against me. Not a troublesome thing at all. I'm completely sure, actually, that it is a fact that the only ones who will be joining this coalition is the English, because they hate my guts. The Scottish will not. We are cordial, so we'll be friendly with each other. So we'll have to see how it goes. But for now, as I said, focus on paying back loans, and it'll probably take 5 years to a decade. So we'll see how it goes. Kind of fun thing here, as you can see, take a quick look about who is actually leading these rebels. Due to the fact that I have very low maintenance, they actually kicked my ass. That is kind of what I was afraid of would happen, but all that really will happen here is that I will accept the demands once they've seized the province. But as you can see, if you did pay attention here, Guy Hawke is actually the one in charge, and if I'm not completely mistaken, the anonymous masks that you get are based on his story. I don't know the entire story. Some of you probably do. So kind of a interesting side point, I guess, or story sidetracking, whatever you want to call it. So a little fun fact for you all, I think. I believe he's the guy, and I can't find it hilarious that he has risen up as a rebel leader. But all this means is that this will most likely not be completed, thanks to the fact that the rebels are currently standing there. Get a stability drop, but with my new king here, some extra admin points always good. But yeah, I need basically to boost my stability back up to hopefully +1, and that should help. And as I said, once these rebels actually take the province, I'll simply have to agree to their terms or something along those lines. I had my maintenance at too low, and the result was, since the army couldn't actually rout, it was destroyed. So there's a warning for you all, more or less. But it should go fast to repay the loans now. The only problem is if someone attacks me, i.e. England, I am basically screwed. So we'll have to see how it all turns out. For now, we'll not be doing too much. We'll simply wait for, as I said, the siege to finish, then accept their terms and try to core it again. We'll simply have to wait and see. And heir to the throne, I'll add 323. Not bad, but not great either. Can live with him, however. 2 points better than your average Republican guy. We're back, or down to 42 loans now, so we are at least making some progress in that aspect. But as you can see, my loans are basically running out of expired. It should actually have already expired, so that's kind of weird. But yeah, I'll have to focus quite a bit now to actually be able to repay these loans, because, should probably be a decade before every single one of them have been paid. So it'll be a boring time, but hopefully you can bear with me. Scotland declared war upon their new enemy. England decide conquest as the casus belli. So what I can hope for here is that England loses something due to rebels, and I do hope that Scotland crushes them, because if not, the English might actually consider attacking me. They apparently haven't called me into this war, which is quite good. It seems this battle will be Scotland's loss. So potentially here, yeah, it will definitely be Scotland's loss. So what will be probably the end result here is that the Scottish forces will lose Cumbria and Northumberland, and that can be viewed as both a blessing and a curse for me. The couple of reasons for why I say it that way, and the first reason is basically this: if let's say the Scottish loses and lose this, then basically the English will have taken back some power. They'll probably take a couple of extra provinces as well, and thus they'll probably come after me straight afterwards. So I'll have to be prepared for that. With my current loans, I am not. So hopefully I can pay most of them back, and then we can start focusing on things like that. For now, I'll be keeping my my stability at +1 for as long as possible. Will help a little bit to the economy as well. And I'm also taking diplomatic tech 5, which gives me an increase in trade efficiency by 10%, trade range by 200. So that should work out nice. I will not be taking this military idea. I think I will be doing probably one more level of military tech, and then we'll be taking that military idea. So yeah, we'll be not doing much. As I said, focus on getting my damn extreme amount of loans paid back, and then we'll see how it all turns out. What I could do, however, is take 14 or a bunch of 14 loans paid back and solve it that way, but I do not want to do that. I'd rather just wait and sort it out that way. So for now, we'll, as I said, try and see if the Scots can keep the English at bay for a while. If they can, it probably gives a voice also to both sides, which definitely would be a possible, or a not a possible, a positive thing for me. The main problem is if the English actually attack me, I'll have to raise a ton of mercenaries from here, and that will cost me a lot of money. I'll go with a ton of loans again, and right now that's actually quite the possibility, because well, England is allied with Norway, Portugal, the Papal State, and Utrecht. So I do not want to declare war on them. I'm a little bit unsure if France probably still hate me or hate my guts. If I still had my army, I could get an alliance from them, and if I had to get an alliance with let's say France or Burgundy, I'd most likely be able to keep, as I said, England at bay, or at least its continental holdings. The Norwegian Navy will at least be kept pretty nicely in check here. So for the time being, I'll not be doing much other than, as I said, pay back the loans, and then we'll be saving up money and prepare for another war in England. Hopefully I will not be taking too much back from the Scots here, and other than that, we'll simply have to see how things go. Military tech 6 has been reached, the arquebus, and with it we have military attacks plus 0.25, along with combat foot increased by 2, along with also a boost to infantry shock by 0.3. All of these are good things that will come in handy later on. As you can see, the interest now has basically been halved from what it was when I started paying my loans, so I'm basically halfway there. And the English are sieging a lot of the Scottish lands, so potentially we have a very probable and bad thing on our hands here. I think let's see, what boost does my prestige currently give me? Trade power, I can live with, we'll deal with them later. I don't want to sacrifice any administrative power. I'm currently using it to lower my inflation, because if not, it would be at about 20 already, because I think I've lowered it 4 times, that is 8%. So yeah, I will actually just have been at 13, but my inflation will be going up because I will have to, or it automatically extends the loans if you do not have the money. If I do have, it'll come up with the choice. If not, it just automatically extends them, and thus I get more and more inflation. So it's just ticking up and down in regular intervals. So while trying to deal, I guess we'll try to negotiate for the time being. Rebel risk have gone a little bit down. We'll try to core it, see if we can pull it off. Hopefully I can do that. We'll go for harsh treatment as well, just to be safe. Apparently I have taken a loan. Why did I take a loan? Did they take a loan to repay my loans? I have no idea anymore. But as I said, I'll just focus on loans, and we'll see what deal England makes with the Scots. As you can see here, the deal was basically what I expected. They took back Northumberland, Cumbria, which is kind of what to be expected. So I'm a little bit unsure what I'll be doing next. Well, I'll probably take Yorkshire, or I'll probably take, yeah, as I said, Yorkshire and release Northumberland. And I'll probably try and take these 3 provinces as well. That should give me basically 2 over to Wales, 2 over to Wales, and probably 2 over to Yorkshire if I can afford it or pull it off. We'll have to wait and see. I still have 20 something loans left to pay. So once again, I'll focus on that, and hopefully England won't attack me in in the meantime. Kind of surprisingly, I did a royal marriage with France, and they gave me a alliance offer. Not too bad, not too shabby at all. I do have another diplomatic relation open, and thus will take a royal marriage with Burgundy as well. They'll also accept my alliance here, which is kind of interesting. Stability loss, always fun. But at least now I should be, if I ally both of them, one of them might hate me for it. I'm a little bit unsure to be completely on the safe side here. But ally with both Burgundy and France will probably drag me into a war with one or the other. Doesn't actually matter to me, because I will basically just be declining the one I do not like then. And with this, I do have my defenses up more or less. If the English were to declare war on me, I'm pretty sure these guys can bypass the navy some way. It saves Burgundy is already at war with the English. Let's see, current wars actually have a lot of wars. Defender against Sweden in Swedish reconquest. Defender against Provence in second. And so the English are actually in 3 wars right now. That'll bring up the war exhaustion a little bit, especially if the Burgundy guys siege this one. But at the very least, yeah, it seems I can at least get some help with Burgundy and France. So we'll see how that goes. But well, knowledge is power, but ignorance is bliss. So we'll take that one. And how many loans do you council? I have 19 loans left, 17 now. So we're at least, working good on paying them back. This is kind of troublesome. Scotland broke their alliance with us, and that's probably due to, yeah, it actually changed the attitude to hostile. And this poses a kind of a large issue for me. Or it doesn't really, because I can land troops in Wales, I can land troops in, well, this might be insult. So I'm basically thinking here that Scotland is planning a war against me. I still have a bunch of loans left to pay, 13, or I believe it will just be 11 now. But some of them are rather huge. I took a couple of loans to try and, well, I know how to put it, postpone, I guess, or slow down, more or less. But at least now my inflation is back at a level where I can control it, and thus I do earn a little bit more money. So loans won't really be a problem now. They will be repaid in due time, pretty soon that is. And thus I can start saving up money again. I'll probably start also training my troops, because I'm at full manpower, of all things. So I'll probably, as I said, train troops simply so that my manpower will be regenerating, and thus it should be easy for me to have control in the future. It seems that the French here is planning a war against Brittany, because they have a lot of troops at the border, and it seems that Burgundy has given up the siege of the English lands. But I'm pretty sure they're still at one war here, and they're just with Norway, Portugal, and Utrecht. And Norway and Portugal are annoying because of the fact they both have navies, but Norway is under siege. So in that aspect, if I were to attack now, I wouldn't meet that or any more. How should I put this? I would most likely be able to deal with it, but I had to take a ton of more loans. And also, as you can see, the core construction of Norfolk is also coming along pretty nicely. So that's at least a positive to take care. We'll fabricate a claim on, let's see here, on Yorkshire, I think. And we'll also fabricate claims on Lincoln, Lancashire. Let's see here, we'll dedicate more power to the nobles, because I earn very little from trade, since I have to compete with the French and the English. So there's that. But you guys also asked me, or I believe some of you asked me, if I'm planning to do some colonization in this game. That actually depends on how long it will take to deal with England. If I do not use too much time, I might actually do some colonization in North America. Probably just North America though, because I'm pretty sure still Portugal and maybe Aragon will do most. Aragon, not Aragon, my apologies. Will do most of the colonization of South America. So it all depends on how quickly I can deal with Scotland and England, because as you can see, as of now, my economy or my economics mostly just well, revolve around taking loans and paying back loans. That's it. There's nothing more interesting than that in terms of my economy. So for the time being, I'll not be doing too much. I'll simply focus on getting my last 3 loans repaid. Try and build an army here. England left the military coalition against me, good. I am no longer a threat. I'm not a threat to anyone. I have a 2,000 man army in terms of Wales, but nothing more than that. So yeah, as I said, we'll most likely have to consider England is fabricating, or my guy got caught fabricating a claim on Yorkshire. Well, that I could live without that, but can only do so much. I have 1 bank loan left, and I'll probably pay that, and that'll be the end of this part. Then we'll save up money next time and rebuild our army, and we'll probably declare on England as soon as we can. And if possible, I like to drag both France and Burgundy into the war with me. That would be beneficial. France will most likely peace out with if I do harass the. There we go, all loans paying back. If I harass the English enough and bring their war exhaustion to a high enough level, I'm pretty sure that the Frenchies will be able to peace out for the English province down here. Burgundy might actually peace out for Calais, and thus England is basically in my grasp. I can do whatever I want with them. But as I said, we'll leave that for next time. We are basically, our economy is relatively healthy right now. We do not have any loans. We do not have too high inflation. I could take a loan just to be able to get inflation back to zero, but I will not be doing that. Instead, we will be saving up money and preparing for our next war, which is against England most likely. Scotland has been weakened, and they actually believe they can destroy me, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. But thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and we'll deal with England next time. Bye.